We are recording. We are going live in a second. Maybe
Alright,
two.
there we are.
Maybe three.
Oh, yes. There we are.
I hear us. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I didn't. It wasn't on mute. It's usually automatically on mute.
Whew.
Alright, we're back.
We are.
With
We're back.
that little technical issue there in the beginning, we've come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
We're never free of the tech issues.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be an episode without them.
very true. Every week, something new and different has to break. That's just the way it goes.
And if it doesn't want to break, we'll break it for it.
Something like that.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Shenanimegans,
Yeah.
where technology hates us.
Yeah. Season 8, Episode 10. I am Lastly.
And I am Sasam / Dead Robots. And this is
Yeah.
our penultimate episode of this season, isn't it? Usually we have one extra because we always have a 13 episode season, but we don't this time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
we finally both picked shows that had 12 episodes for the first time ever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, 2 years. It only took 2 years.
Finally.
Oh, we've been doing this for so long. What the heck?
We have. Wow.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And yet here we are. Still going.
Still going. Yep.
For now.
Well, speaking of going, let's get right into it.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. What do we got here for news? Mostly manga licenses, because there's a lot of those.
Yeah. There's a lot of manga licenses this week, but there's like 2 that I actually care about, so... and this is the first one.
Yeah. I was so upset because I wanted to buy this from the creator, because they like, self-published this in their new book, the Vampire Blood Drive. And I tried to get a copy of Vampire Blood Drive, but it went on sale literally as my shift started, like 10 minutes after. And by the time I went on break, it was sold out. And then they're like, okay, we're going to put some more up. They were also on when I went back on after my break ended. I didn't get them. But it turns out I couldn't have bought it anyways, because it was like the okay-ish price for the book, but then it was like an extra $20 American shipping to Canada, because that's just how it is in America sometimes, which sucks. So definitely couldn't have afforded it anyways, but maybe now I'll be able to afford this from 7 Seas, because I won't be paying enormous amounts of shipping. It'll only be $19 Canadian, which is a lot Canadian, but it's large size trim with 24 color pages, which yeah, usually 7 Seas doesn't do multiple color pages. And I don't think they usually... well, they have some large size trim stuff. That's usually, I think, $2 more than the regular, like around 17 or so. So I get the color pages adding more price.
Totally.
But yeah, it really threw me off when I first saw that $19. So like, oh no, did the prices raise again? I was like, no, it's a special release. Yeah. Fingers crossed this means Vampire Blood Drive will get licensed, though.
Hopefully. Maybe if this does well, they'll get that one as too.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm here for the lesbian motorcycles.
Yeah.
I mean, motorcycle riders. I mean, lesbian motorcycles would be pretty good. I'm sure there's some Transformers fix out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about this?
No, just looking forward to it. I'll definitely be picking it up whenever it comes out. It's October. So yeah. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm really happy that 7 Seas is like starting to branch out into like indie stuff as well. That's like not traditionally from Japan and from Japanese publishers. They've been grabbing a lot of cool stuff that goes under the radar a lot. Like they're the ones who did The Bride Was a Boy, right? That's from them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, which were traditionally web manga stuff. So it's like they've kind of started this new trend of picking up other quote unquote mediums or other sources of content than just the standard publishers, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to see sort of indie stuff come over, which
Yeah.
usually you don't have much hope for. So, yeah, cool trend. I'm excited.
Yeah.
The other announcement is also probably about as gay as the first, which is great. Uh,
Yeah.
I hate the English name of this series though. A tropical
Yeah.
fish yearns for snow.
Yeah, that's not a great name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of those things. Like, I bet that sounds really good in Japanese. But yeah, I bet it's referencing some like folklore or something.
Well,
Wouldn't surprise me, or some saying or something.
yeah, the Japanese title is Netegyo wa Yuki ni Kogareru, which sounds a lot better.
Mm, yeah.
But yeah, I think the name is based on a story in the series or something. I don't
Oh.
know because the story in the series is about frogs and salamanders, so it doesn't even deal with fish and snow. Wait,
Mm.
I guess it's literally just aquarium club.
Hmm.
I just realized what it's supposed to be, which is really awkward. The tropical
Oh.
fish is supposed to be the blonde-haired girl,
Mm-hmm.
Amano, because she moves to a seaside town. You'd think tropical is in its seaside town. It's tropical. No. It's using tropical as like fish out of water for her having moved there. She's the tropical fish in this city, and the girl she likes is like the sort of one that everyone's kind of like. She's like emotionally aloof or whatever. So like the
Mm-hmm.
snow is like Ice Queen style, but not insulting because she's people don't dislike her. I've nailed it.
Yeah.
I've figured it out.
Nice.
That's also the basic premise of this. So it's two girls in an aquarium club that are gay, pretty much. But
Cool.
it's really good. It's really good. I've read a decent amount of it.
Cool.
I can't
Looking forward to
believe
that one.
I can't believe I only just figured out why the title is called that right now. So bad. God.
Mm.
It's faux deep. It's
Yeah.
so deep.
Sorta.
Sorta.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a very fun series. It's really cute, and I really like its pacing and its story.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of, if not my favorite, Yuri actually out there right now. Which is high praise coming from me.
Yeah.
I think I might honestly. It's hard to say because I really like Bloom Into You as well, but Bloom Into You's kind of been railroading itself a bit, which
Oh,
has
yeah.
been frustrating to me. This hasn't quite as much.
Mm.
Bloom Into You is a lot more dramatic, I think. That's probably the difference. This is a lot. Well, there is some drama and stuff because you need to for plot. It's a lot fluffier. So if you want a slightly more fluffier, angsty, not overly dramatic Yuri, this one's probably one of the best.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a lie. Girlfriends is still my favorite. Give Girlfriends an anime. 2K19, let's go.
Oh, yes. Give Girlfriends an anime, definitely.
How has
Oh.
Milk Morinaga never had one of her series animated? I don't get it. She's like considered the
Oh.
most popular Yuri artist, but she never gets what all these other Yuri artists do. It's
Mm.
wild. Maybe she doesn't want one though. That could be it.
Yeah, it could be.
If she doesn't
Yeah.
think it's like Yuri as a genre is treated well enough where they do a proper adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
That might
That
change
could be.
though, because like Bloom Into You's was fantastic and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be that it wouldn't be able to be finished. Like the first half would be season one and it'd never get a season two because Yuri never gets season two.
Yeah.
Except for Hibiki Euphonium, but they made it weirdly straight instead
Mm-hmm.
of gay because it was never supposed to be gay, and then they realized, wait, we fucked up. We made season one all gay. What do we do? And they swerved into a weird side relationship with a character that was never hinted at. And it's just a mess. Fuck
Yeah.
season two of Hibiki Euphonium. Gotta throw one of those into this episode for old time's sake.
Mm-hmm. You gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Our last, well, we have two more pieces of news.
Mhm.
Continuing our Yuri news because that's apparently all we talk about.
Yeah. To be fair, it's the best genre, so you know. But yeah, there's Frag Time,
I'll
the mod
agree to
is
that
getting an
because
anime.
you can
Yeah.
literally make any Yuri genre. Like Murcielago
Mhm.
exists, so
Yeah.
anything is possible. Just make it gay and it's good. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
Frag Time has been announced to get an anime, which really surprises me because this ended a while ago. I would have
Mhm.
thought it would still be like fishing for or shopping around.
Mm.
It's a two-volume manga that ended a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Let me just check out Frag Time. Yeah, it was from 2013 to 2014. Like, it's been like 5 years. Suddenly getting an
Yeah.
anime now is super surprising to me, but it's pretty decent as a story. But yeah, it says at
Mhm.
the bottom 2013 to 2014. I didn't have to search up. uh, yeah, it's a web manga. Um,
Mm.
I'll be excited if, because the anime adaptation gets made, if Seven Seas or someone picks up and licenses it, because I'd like to have some copies. That'd be nice.
Mhm.
I'll buy it. Um, but yeah, this is like a cool sci-fi mystery, sort of. Not really. It's like slice of life, except one of
Mhm.
the characters can stop time,
Mm. Cool.
and it's somewhat lewd-ish,
Yeah.
but it's got an interesting and neat premise, and the way they play off it, especially as it continues, is really cool.
Mhm.
There's a lot of identity politics and stuff playing into it.
Cool. Actually, hadn't heard about this show or heard about Frag Time before this announcement, so but I'm looking forward to it now.
There's a
I
chance
may have
he'll.
to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
I was just gonna say I might have to try and read it now beforehand, but I might. I don't know.
It deals with some heavy stuff, and there's a chance it'll make some people uncomfortable because of that. So,
Mm.
just fair warning. But
Interesting.
it's good because it comes across as this really fluffy, weird Yuri with like time control thrown in.
Mhm.
But as it goes on, there's some really heavy, again, like identity stuff it tackles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna animate it because again, it's only 2 volumes. Usually, like an episode is 2 chapters. Like Children of the Whales is ending and it's like 5 volumes in. Like,
Mhm.
is it gonna be like 3 minute episodes? Oh, it's probably gonna be 3 minute episodes. I just realized the whole
Mhm.
premise is she can stop time for 3 minutes a day.
Uh.
So yeah, they'll probably be 3 minute episodes. They might do 15, but probably three.
Mhm. Yeah, probably that would make sense.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'll still watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean I will too. I watched
But
Crossing Time, which was a
yeah.
total bait from episode
Oh
one.
God,
God, fuck
that
Crossing
show.
Time. It could have been good if they just focused on those 2 girls.
Yeah, coulda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Instead, they went into a bunch of really creepy directions,
Mhm.
which makes the fact that they had the 2 girls even creepier because everything else is like super perverted, and then theirs isn't. The only thing is they probably see as perverted because it's 2 girls,
Yeah.
and that's why it's added to all these weird perverts and creeps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, yeah. And then we have one last news story for this week, kind of.
Yeah,
But
which isn't really a news article, but
yeah.
I mean, sort
But
of is.
Genlock is on Crunchyroll now.
Yeah, all of it, all at once.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't, I is it out for non-first members on Rooster Teeth as well? I would assume it is. So yeah, you can watch it on Crunchyroll, or you can probably go to the Rooster Teeth website.
Mhm.
I'm fairly certain they've made it viewable to all.
Yeah,
If I can
probably.
find it, I don't like their new layout. It's Such a pain to actually find anything. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this layout is garbage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Genlock. I can't even find it. Channels. Rooster Teeth. It's Rooster Teeth Originals. We hit sideways a few times, and then it shows up. There we go. It's like a bad knockoff Netflix. They gotta work on this user interface. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're actually still first members only on the Rooster Teeth site. That's
Yeah,
really weird when it's... I guess you have to pay for the Crunchyroll subscription, so...
Yeah, on Crunchyroll, only the first episode is available for free. The rest of them all have the icon.
Yeah, that actually makes sense, because they're owned by the same parent company, so it doesn't matter which way they're getting the money from, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they're both under Otter Media, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can go watch that. It's sci-fi mech anime with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
And
it's
David
really
Tennant. And I'm forgetting the names of the other famous people in it. Maisie Williams and other people.
And those are the only three that I know. But yeah, it's a good show.
This anime icon, I see it everywhere. But I know someone who used to use it. So every time I see it, I stop and I'm like, and it's like, no, it's just a really popular anime boy with glasses. Or girl. Actually, wait. I think that's Nagato No, I don't know who the fuck that is. Don't care. That just threw me off when I saw it. Like, wait a second.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about. That person. Oh, it's not them. Okay.
I'm glad. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, that does it for news this week. On to, yeah?
I was about to say what you were about to say. Do you want to say it at the same time? Countdown?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. On to what we've been watching. You fucker! I'm gonna fight you.
Oh, bring it on. I can take you.
You sure? You sure about that?
Probably not.
Maybe if I go down to you, you'll win. But if you come up here in winter, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah, it's way too cold up there. Oh.
I slogged through the minus 60 degree Celsius weather with my broken jacket that can't be done up. If nature can't stop me, what makes you think you can?
That's a good point.
You bamboozle me once, shame on you. It's always a shame on you. Don't bamboozle people.
Yeah. Alright, I will keep that in mind.
We were gonna do some cute co-host shit, and you ruined it. You played me like a damn fiddle.
Yep, I did. Anyway, what have you been watching this week?
You want to say it at the same time? No. But how would you even know?
No.
We'll just list the same stuff. That was the whole plan. We were gonna do a second Lost episode, and we're gonna loop them over each other and see what happened. How do you know we're actually recording what I'm saying?
Oh no.
It might be happening. We might be saying stuff at the same time, and you don't know.
Oh no.
Oh no, I didn't think that far ahead. Generally, when you only have 2 episodes left of a season, you can't really pull that shit.
Yeah, very true.
Unfortunately. So anyways, reading-wise, I've just been reading random chapters of Yuri stuff that showed up.
Nice.
Which most of it's not even on Mal yet, so I haven't really updated it. I did, though, watch some episodes of Girls' Last Tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I have my box set. I'm like, I'm going to finally start finishing this. So it's my current Before Bed series, where I just want something chill. So.
Oh, that's really good for that.
Yeah, I'm 4 episodes in. It's really cute. It gives me a vague, settling sense of unease every episode.
Yeah,
it won't
sounds
stop.
About right.
But, yeah. So yeah, that's fun. That's pretty much all the anime I've watched. I got a hold of the first half of season 3 of Young Justice, so I've started watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Seen the first 3 episodes of that.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's not on Cartoon Network anymore. Whew,
Oh,
whew. I haven't heard such good blood-curdling death screams from children since Made in Abyss.
oof.
It's
Oh,
brutal.
ow.
Yeah. It's like I watched a lava monster grab a girl by the face and
Ooh,
just like
that
have
sounds.
like 20 seconds of her screaming in like blood curdling pain while clawing at the hand with her hands that begin to burn off as well. And then you
Oh.
see in detail her half burned off face.
Oh, great.
It's like this is the
Uh.
direction they've gone in.
Jeez.
It's
That
okay. She's
sounds.
okay though.
Oof.
She's
Oh,
okay though.
okay.
Just she's the new Two Face.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's Two Face's origin story. Uh,
Okay.
no, like it's way darker. It's really good though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, is it good? But can't wait to see more of that. I've been continuing my DC binge. I started reading the New 52 Batman line, which everyone hates New
Mm-hmm.
52, but everyone says the Batman one was actually like the best part. Scott
Mm-hmm.
Snyder and Greg Capullo's run, and that's the one that introduced Harper Row or Bluebird and Duke Thomas or the Signal slash the Lark
Mm-hmm.
slash Duke.
Yeah.
Uh, so I've been interested in that because one of my friends from a Discord is super into Harper Row and sold me on her, and I've read pretty much every Harper Row Cassandra Cain fanfic there is. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sold on that character, and I'm like, I should actually see some stuff with her canonically in it, like Young Justice season 3,
Yeah.
which she shows up in, which is surprising because she hasn't shown up in a comic in over 500 days.
Wow.
It's been like 2 years. There's Fingers Crossed, March
Mm-hmm.
27th, Detective Comics 1000, which is gonna
Yeah.
have a bunch of 8-page mini chapters from different authors and stuff who have worked on Batman. One's going to be done by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, who created those characters. So there's fingers crossed that she's gonna at least make a cameo somewhere,
Okay.
not be forgotten. But that's like the fingers crossed. People are like, "Come on, come on!" But who knows? Clearly, people are thinking for her again if she shows up in Young Justice season 3 suddenly. So
Mm-hmm.
there could be some cool stuff coming. I'm gonna pick that up. There's a preview for it, and it's one of the stories. I think it's Brian Michael Bendis. Is that his name? It's Bendis. Everyone calls
That's.
him Bendis.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I think his mini story is the one they used as the example, and it's one of the Penguin and Batman, and it's really good. It's
Mm.
really cool. You can read it on DC's website.
Okay.
The preview, yeah, it's only 8 pages, but it like tells so much in these 8 pages, and it's so good. I'd highly recommend. Even if you don't know anything about Batman besides who those characters are or any of that shit, just go read that because it's actually super cool. Um,
Mm.
besides that, I got Mother Panic, which is from the DC's Young Animal line, which is the one that's uh, made and curated by Gerard Way from My Chemical
Oh,
Romance.
yeah.
And this is also off recommendation of my friend from the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool. Like, the art is insane. Like, it's super stylistic, super colorful. It's not like a lot of other comics. It's like, it's very different. And it's gorgeous. And I love it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
super into this character. I've only read Volume 1, but I have Volume 2 of the trade paperbacks as well, which finishes off the original main storyline. And then I
Mm-hmm.
picked up as well, because it was buy two, get one free. Plus, they were 40% off already, so that's stacked. So they were all like 60% off. So I'm like, I'm not allowed to buy anything, but I'll buy these and then not be allowed to buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the last one is Gotham AD, which seems like it's an alternate universe
Oh,
story of the character in Gotham.
cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool series. I'm super into this. I need to read more of young animal imprint stuff. I want to pick up the Doom Patrol stuff they've done,
Hmm.
and then maybe Milk Wars because that's such a meme that exists around me is me and milk, and it needs to stop. But also I feed it
Yeah.
constantly. Uh, but yeah, so reading that right now, that's a lot of fun, and
Cool.
I think that's about it. I spent like my entire weekend just cleaning and not actually doing anything, so
Hmm.
there hasn't been much in the way of entertaining myself. I
Nice.
redid all my shelves, so now everything actually fits on my shelves except for my Blu-rays, which I got one of those big binders full of discs,
Hmm.
and they're all gonna go into there and then go away in storage because I did that with my CDs and my games already.
Oh yeah.
So I just have to go through all my Blu-ray, which are sitting on the floor beside my bed with one of those, and I have to go through and put them all in. Except for
Hmm.
my deluxe edition box sets, they're up on shelves around the room looking pretty, but
Nice.
and anything signed stuff is not going in a box because it
Mm-hmm.
can get very easily damaged.
Cool.
But yeah, I think that's about it until my Batgirl volumes arrive, which is really funny. I
Hmm.
same sale, but
Yeah.
like 3 days earlier, I ordered Batgirl, the Cassandra Cain run from like
Hmm.
2000. I ordered all 3 volumes of that. Still have not heard any word on where the fuck they are. Mother Panic stuff I ordered like 3 days later. It shows up like, well, yeah, I ordered that on Friday. Usually they don't ship Saturday or Sunday, and I got it today, so it like shipped immediately. The other shit, who knows where Batgirl is, which is pretty wild. So
Yeah.
I was amazed at how fast this came. I got the package, and I'm like, oh, this must be my Batgirl. I open it up, it's like, no, it's Mother Panic. Holy shit, that got here fast. So
Weird.
yeah, but no, happy surprise because Mother Panic's
Yeah.
been dope so far. People
Yeah.
still say dope, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Do people still say amazeballs? I
No, I don't think so.
oh, I was asking on Twitter earlier and no one would answer me, so I wasn't sure.
Mm.
I'm glad I didn't drop one of those then.
Yeah. I don't know. The only person I ever heard use that phrase is a bad person. So
Oh, oh, that's
I
not
don't
good.
know. Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
not good. Um,
I think that's more just it never got super commonly used than anything else. So
yeah,
I don't know. You might be okay to use it.
I feel like I mostly saw it in mainstream media by people who are like trying to make like millennial culture and slang as cringy as possible, but it's like it's
Mm.
generally a fun term.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. Language is weird. I don't know.
I just want that in a porno.
Mm.
Just like amaze balls, like when it pulls down the pants. Amaze balls, God.
God.
That's
That.
perfect for a localization of a weird anime.
Yeah.
Like
That would.
literally, like you just make some weird one of the pervert characters their eyes happy like it was amaze balls. It's like some
Mm.
shitty pun. You can do it. You have the technology.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you particularly don't. I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know if you have ties to the anime publishing industry, but
Mm. No, no, I haven't been keeping that a secret from you. No.
all right.
That would be quite a twist for now. After 2 years, like, oh, by the way, I am Mr. Anime.
I thought that
Nice
was
to
your
meet you.
new. I thought that was your new job. Was
Yeah.
going off overseas to create anime.
Yeah, totally.
Yell at people through a translator to
Hmm.
make shitty puns that can be translated into shitty English puns.
Hmm. Yep.
Alright, well, that's about all you got from me. I don't really
Mm.
think there's much else. I read a bit more of that original isekai, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain because I God, that book sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
46% of the way through, I stopped reading. It's my current I hate myself. I'm stuck on a bus with a bunch of loud children book.
Oh, oh. Yeah, here's some hot advice. A lot of that like classic literature that
It
people always say
sucks.
is really good. It's actually bad.
Well, the thing is, no one ever said this one was good. That's why I was curious about it. It's the one I never heard anyone talk about. Turns out, it's probably about as good as his other work. Maybe actually a bit better because it's actually has some really unique ideas that inspired like
Hmm.
generations. The reason it's not heard of is because there are entire chapters devoted to just like ranting about the church and how it's like the poison of the mind. And it's like, Mark, I see why no one picked up this book.
Yeah.
Getting a little too spicy there for the for the good 1800s Christian masses. God damn.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You don't expect to see some of like the levels of vitriol he writes for
hmm.
like religion from back then. Like
Yeah.
you hardly see people that against religion in these days. So
Yeah. Jeez.
yeah. So what about you? Watching much? Reading much?
Mm. Yeah, I watched a fair amount of stuff. Well, kind of. Is I I watched like half of Outlaw Star over the past like 2 days, which it's like that show. I know it's like problematic and is aged poorly, but like it's still I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and it still has some fun stuff about it. But oh, the stuff that is problematic is way worse than I remember it being. Oh my god.
I feel like you rewatched this last year too and told me about it.
I might have. I
It's on
might have
my
done that.
plan to watch, and I think that's where it's from. I think we've had this exact same conversation on the
Yeah,
podcast before. We do that
yeah,
a lot.
probably.
We do that a
Yeah,
lot. It's okay.
yeah.
We've come full
Hmm.
circle. It's probably from
Yeah,
season one. That would make it really coming full circle.
yeah, probably. I've definitely at least mentioned it on the show. I don't remember the last time I rewatched it though. It's been a while. But yeah, it's when it isn't bad, it's actually pretty good. But also, there's a lot more bad than what I remembered. Whew. But yeah, I'm like halfway through that. I might keep going. I don't know. It's just a nice thing to like. I can kind of sit down and just enjoy it, just out of nostalgia, which is nice.
Yeah, don't pay attention too much to the plot beats or the racist stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's not racist stuff in it. It's just misogynistic and homophobic and but not
Ah,
racist. At least I don't think it's racist. Maybe that's later.
other
I
end
don't.
of the insulting spectrum.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been watching that, and then another thing I've been watching. It's not actually anime, but it's called Love, Death, and Robots, and
Ooh,
it's on. It's an anthology on Netflix. It just came out a couple days ago.
I
I
saw
watched.
I saw that
Yeah.
yesterday. So
Oh.
it's in an it's like I didn't watch it, but I saw it on Netflix and was thinking of
Oh
it,
yeah.
but watched Girls Last Tour instead.
Oh, nice.
I have questions about this anthology.
Yes, I
Sorry to
can answer your
interrupt.
questions. Go
Are
for
they
it.
all like short stories following the same characters, or are they very different?
They're all totally different. They're all
Okay,
completely separate.
because yeah, the Netflix thing was saying like uh beast fights. Can this girl like stay at the top of her game? And I'm like,
Hmm.
that'd be a cool thing for a full show. But then I saw like a clip from someone else and it's like completely different. I was
Yeah.
like, it's an anthology. Is
Hmm.
Netflix just not properly advertising that it's an anthology? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't
That,
think they are.
yeah.
Mm,
That sounds like they just pulled the description of the first episode,
fuck, that's
which I think
shitty.
that's yeah.
Cause that
Which I think that first episode might be one of the best, and
that
it's not even one I like that much. Oh,
that robot girl looks so cool.
yeah, she does.
Okay, okay. So
Oh,
you were gonna go into more detail about this. I'm ready. I'm
uh,
listening.
all right.
I'm intrigued.
I watched all of it. There's like 20 episodes.
Jeez.
They're like 10 to 15 episodes
Oh,
or
okay.
minutes each.
Okay,
It's really
that's
short.
yeah.
Yeah, and most of it is mediocre.
Mm,
Like there's with an anthology series like this, you kind of expect there to be like an overarching theme to connect all these things, or like some connection
there
to
is
them. Like that's why it's an anthology.
love, death, and robots. One of the threes in all of them.
Yeah, that's
Just totally.
like,
Just take three different
that's
themes, and as long as one's in it.
yeah. But that is just like I don't know. I was expecting any connection at all between the things, and there just isn't that. So it was kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know. Out of the 20-ish episodes, there was maybe 5 of them that I actually liked.
Yeah,
And even those, I was like, they're okay.
I'm outrigued. I'll watch the
Mm,
first episode, but
yeah.
yeah, if it's kind of bland,
It's
what are you gonna
the
do?
thing is, I think every episode had like a completely different writing staff, like
Mm-hmm.
completely different staff on each of them, which is why, like, so you end up with a lot of things just like really basic ideas. Like one of them is basically the Matrix, but in 10 minutes.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, okay, I've seen this kind of stuff before, and that's just a lot of them have these like very basic sci-fi questions or ideas. And it's like you've seen them a lot before, and they don't really do anything particularly interesting with them.
It sounds
I
like
don't know.
a Black Mirror deal,
Yeah,
just
it's like Black
shorter.
Mirror, but not as good. Yeah,
I didn't find Black Mirror good to begin with, so that's real bad.
yeah. I don't know. Black Mirror has some good episodes that I think has some episodes I think are pretty good, but I think the highs of Black Mirror are better than the highs of Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, it was. It really feels like Netflix just gave David Fincher a pile of money because David Fincher is the one behind all this. He's like the producer of the overall thing, I guess.
Oh,
So it feels like they just gave him a pile of money and said do whatever, and he came up with this. So, but it's an okay thing. There were worse ways to spend time. Yeah, and then
I guess I'll watch episode one and then nothing
yeah.
else.
Oh yeah. Also, kind of content warning. They get really gory in a lot of the episodes. Some of them, there was one that I literally had to stop watching because it was rough.
Is it all
And
animated?
no, some
Okay.
of their so they're all done in different styles. Like
Mm.
the first one is really well done CG. It actually kind of looks like Dishonored if you've ever played or
Mhm.
seen
Mhm.
Dishonored. And then some of them are like traditional 2D animation, some of them are 3D, some of them are like super realistic CG, some of them aren't. And there's a couple that are live action.
This feels
But
like,
yeah.
why even make it a Netflix anthology? Like this seems like a thing that's like those anime festival things they do, where a bunch of series put up like
Uh,
15-minute shorts just online, like as web series.
hmm
I guess Netflix is online, or like they could probably put each special up under a different episode. I guess
Yeah.
it's easier to market and sell as
Yeah. I
series.
think it's just like this probably wouldn't have happened as individual things,
Mm,
you know?
yeah, it's all the marketing
Because like,
sort of
yeah,
market as
because,
this cool anthology thing.
but yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. There's probably 3 or 4 episodes I could think of off the top of my head. That I'm like, oh yeah, that one was pretty good. But yeah, it's cool. And I don't know, been keeping up with other like weekly shows. Other than that, Magnificent Kotobuki's still good. Dororo's still good.
Mhm.
Promise Neverland is extremely good.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
like in my notes for the show this week, I have all the things written down and I have a note for each one. And Promise Neverland, I just have Norman in all caps.
Oh,
Because Norman, he's a very good boy.
Norman. Yes,
Norman.
Norman. I think I
Aw.
know what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
spoiler warning. You can say it.
Mm. He's getting shipped away.
Yep.
Mm.
Norman.
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 Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it for me for stuff this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we get into the book club thing? That the thing we do?
Alrighty then.
All right.
Do we want to go Akka first or
Yeah, sure. Let's start with
children?
Akka
Okay,
because we
so
started. Yeah.
yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
clearly, the dude with the mustache, who I kept saying was probably more involved than he seems,
Mm-hmm.
is clearly more involved.
Yeah.
They that whole scene where they're all just there and like all of them know about the coup and they're all like, we're not allowed to talk about it. It's like that's really weird.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like possibly Mr. Mustache was like, hey, don't talk about it because we don't actually want Jean to like know too early and stuff, right? Like there had to
Mm-hmm.
be when everyone else was finding out, surely they must have all found out, but they needed to not just tell Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a small thing. He's in Furau, the flower place, and they're totally making the brown very clearly somewhat racistly portrayal of a Saudi Arabian prince country,
Yeah.
the villains. So I remember at the local anime con like 2 years ago, my friend is like, I have a game for anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it relates to brown characters in anime. And it's called
Yeah.
Prince Poor Whore.
Mm-hmm.
Name like an Indian, Saudi Arabian, Pakistani, like the sort of Middle Eastern,
Mm-hmm.
Southern Asian countries. Name a character from one of those countries who is not one of those three, and you can't do it.
Mm.
It's actually incredibly, surprisingly hard. Like,
Yeah.
because like Lilium and his brothers are all princes, more or
Yeah.
less. They're like barons. It's like you take the dude from Shokugeki no Soma. He's poor. You take what's the girl from Gangsta?
Oh, yeah.
She's poor and a whore. It's like
Mm. Oof. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah.
yeah,
That's. Mm.
that's what this reminds me of. It's like oh, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Tsuritama, the guy with the duck who's spying on them. He's sort of technically a Saudi Arabian prince, sort of. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's just always it's always.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking about this episode is like this. It's like their reason for wanting to do this coup is interesting. Of like for a while had this oil and it was
They
like basically been taken away,
they
and
made it
but
about
then
the
it's
Saudi
like
Arabians and their oil. It's like
yeah, it's
no,
like
that's such a
it's like
stereotype.
it's like oh you could have done any resource with any people and you went with that one. Oh come on.
Literally, it's so easy to guess who the villain is if you just go, well, the most racially incorrect but obvious conclusion would be the person
Mm-hmm.
of color. It's like, god damn it, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That is like Aka's been really good up till now, and then it's like, oh yeah, this part is kind of bad.
Yeah,
Oh
I wonder if it's the same in the manga if they change it.
yeah, I wonder.
It
I don't
made the
know.
anime look a lot worse since manga was done first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nino takes some bullets, and then they're like, oh, they ran away to try to live, but then they commit suicide? But that's clearly not right. Someone else killed them off for sure.
Mm.
Oh. Yeah, Nino takes some bullets and lives.
Yeah.
He's mentioning being under someone else's orders, which even Lilium mentions he's under someone else's orders, but won't say who, and I'm certain it's Lotta.
Hmm.
That's her name, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. His sister. Yeah.
It's like I
Ada.
knew when I was little he was different. It's like, and that's when you like bought him into your service. The fact that she's going, oh, can civilians go to this big Aka Centennial?
Hmm.
I bet what they're gonna do
Yeah.
is just let like either let it all fall apart, or they're gonna let Schwan ascend under the promise he won't get rid of Akka. Like if they convince
Hmm.
him. I don't know how they do that though.
Yeah.
I don't really see them putting Lotta on the throne, but I could maybe see them doing it to just swerve everyone. Like, we control Otis. It's like, yeah, but it's my sister.
Yeah.
She's the queen now.
Hmm. That would
Although
be
I guess they're
interesting.
doing firstborn sons because there's other princesses, so that's not gonna work.
Oh yeah.
But I could see them trying. I don't know. I can't see him becoming king.
Hmm.
I just can't see. I feel like everyone's going, you look tired, you don't look good. Like, the people who have sort of hinted that they're still on his side, I think are the people who have mentioned that. So, like, Lotta, Mauve, and I'd almost say Graciler as well, because Mauve mentions that about Graciler. Like,
Hmm.
because I still think he's the guard. And I think those four are gonna really fuck up the plan somehow.
Yeah.
Really shake things up. Maybe accept, but then also be like, oh yeah, and Lilium was doing all this stuff. Like, goodbye.
Hmm.
Where just, I'll take it, dissolve all the countries, all just one, and now I'm going to fucking, like, leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes up, he's like, I'm going to make us all one country, and everyone hates it. And he's like, well, you can take Schwan, who will simply get rid of Akka, but keep it all separate countries. And they'll be like, we want Schwan. And they'll be like, alright, here you go, here's Schwan.
Mm.
You know, there's something afoot still.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
just feel like they were doing such a good job at playing the guessing game, but only because
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking really stereotypical racist thoughts. And I feel like a lot of people have gotten it really fast, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Making
Oh.
it a racial stereotype is bad.
Yeah.
It is very bad.
Hmm.
It helped that
Mm.
they didn't show how much of a stereotype it was till the end, but it's still like, God,
Yeah. It's like,
why?
oof.
Literally, just do the same thing, but switch the French guy in Lilium's kingdoms.
Oh yeah.
Like, which one's rich and which one's trying to preserve its culture. Right, because it would
Mm.
be interesting being like, yeah, we're the only, like, Saudi or, like, Arabic country in this country. We're just trying to preserve our culture, but it can get heavy-handed in that. No, that could get really racist and bad too, actually.
Yeah. That could.
Yeah, because they would probably take in the way of like the racial way it could go.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like it depends how you play it. You
hmm.
couldn't do the coup thing with the civilians not wanting it. It would have to be civilian push trying to protect their culture against like
Against the
basically
like.
uh
Yeah.
kind of being gentrified out. That's not the right word, but you kind
Oh.
of get the idea.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I know what you
it'd
mean.
have to be like the other countries pushing them to accept the more white standards, and then being like, no, we want to save
Hmm.
this. And it's the people who want this, and then you maybe have the Aka officials and the leader trying to push more, and the people trying to defend. I don't know. It'd be really hard to make it work without potentially being coming across racist.
Yeah.
But then you have the
It's like.
villains being rich white people,
Yeah.
which makes a lot of sense.
It sure does. Oh.
It would also really help the whole an idiot on the throne thing. Because that comparison, that's a bit on the nose right now. Nothing's more
Yeah.
scary than an
Oof.
idiot in charge. Ooh,
Mm.
ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any last minute predictions? Think there's going to be any major swerves for this last episode?
Well, I still think Lotta's gonna somehow play a huge role at the very end
Hmm.
and cause a swerve. Of what sort, I don't know, but I don't think Otis will end up staying on the throne if he even takes the throne. I
Hmm.
doubt he'll take it, but if he does, he's not gonna hold it.
Okay.
I could see the king showing up like, I'm healthy again, and just fucking it all up.
He shows up, he's like, I have great news. I have found the secret to immortality. I'm king forever now.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more of the Privy Council, because they kind of played him up to make him seem like he could be a villain or something,
Hmm.
but then they never had scenes of him to really push that idea farther, which he would have been a
Yeah.
good scapegoat. Uh,
Hmm.
so I doubt he'll play any major role, but he might play some of a role.
Hmm. Mm. I
Otis
I'm
and
like
Mob get
trying.
married in the end. There
Yeah.
we go. There's the
Oh.
swerve.
I'm trying to remember what happens in the last episode, and I remember like one thing, but I don't remember the vast majority of it. So I'm excited to find out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We're gonna see. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. And I don't know if I have anything else.
All right.
What else happened? Schwan pissed off all of his bodyguards, which is definitely gonna help keep him
Yeah.
protected.
Hmm. Yeah. That was. I feel like that was a really good scene because like Schwan had been mostly unlikable so far, but now they're really just driving it home. Like, no, he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, like they almost made it at first, because at first they almost kept him cunning, like he was smart, like he was actually possibly the one playing the coup. But then as soon
Hmm.
as they're like, no, the coup's these other people, it's like he's just a dick. Like
Yeah.
he's just feigning to be smart. But yeah,
Hmm.
no, it's been an interesting series. Besides the racism,
Yeah.
we'll see how it ends. I'm not so sure if I want to just pick up the whole manga now.
Hmm.
I might pick it up slowly, but I got other series to catch up on and graphic novels and not the money to do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
there's a mini Comic Con April 13th and 14th here, so I'm probably just gonna save my
Cool.
money for that instead. Buy some comics.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's probably a good call.
Funniest thing, the booths at that Comic Con are
Hmm.
hilarious. There's like a Best Sleep Center Canada booth,
Nice.
and we've been joking about like why it would be a Comic Con. It's like you buy a pillowcase and like tie it around and use it as a cape. It's like no, no, no. It's you buy body pillows for your weird
Yeah.
body pillowcases. It's like, why is there a Best Sleep Center Canada fucking booth? There's an essential oils booth too. It's like you
Oh.
really think comic nerds at a
Hmm.
convention are going to like want essential oils?
That is weird.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
really. I can't even imagine that shit being good for your comics. Like, it's
Yeah.
it kills your pets first off,
Oh.
so probably slowly killing you too because it's a bit too new to really
Hmm.
know, right? Like everyone's like smoking's good for you for the first 40 years, and they're like, no, it causes cancer. It's like what 5 years since essential oils got big. I don't
Hmm.
trust that shit. I'm staying away from that booth if I go.
Yeah. Mm. That's real weird. Canadian conventions sound wild. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's because it's like the first time it's been running to my knowledge, first or second,
Oh.
and they haven't sold all their booths. So it's probably
Okay.
just like
They're
a
just giving way to
sponsorship
whoever.
sort of deal
Yeah.
thing. Probably pay extra or something. But
Hmm.
it still seems weird. Like, Best
Yeah.
Sleep Center, Canada. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? You can buy it at the Comic Con. Why buy it anywhere else? Like, come on.
Yeah. Of course.
We're gonna get sued so fast because I sang that jingle. Shit.
Oh. Oh no.
Muted.
Well, if we're not back next week, you know why.
Muted, unsubscribed, removed from
Oh.
YouTube.
Goodbye. Forever. Oh no.
Yeah, if you notice weird like screaming noises edited in over that one part there, it's both because I can't sing and
Hmm.
because legally I can't sing. So we'll see if it
Yeah.
comes to that. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's
We'll
all I
see.
got for Aka.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, intriguing, interesting series that has issues at the end and has issues
Hmm.
with some racism in its main follower, and while I might still pick up the manga, there are other stuff I now have higher my priority, which is pretty impressive that that one plot point changed that much. Because
Yeah.
I was ready to just go and buy the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, maybe I should wait.
Maybe wait.
Maybe
Yeah.
wait. Maybe pick up a few
Yeah.
volumes, but nah, no priority.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Children of the Whales, episode 11. It
This
was
is up to where I am in the manga, so next episode will
okay.
be interesting.
Ooh.
Okay, not update. Did I watch the
Hmm.
episode of? No, I did. It's just not showing in my
Oh, weird.
history. Weird, yeah. We're
Yeah,
dropping
this was.
frames.
Oh no,
Oh
this
no.
was a pretty good episode. I thought. Or I liked this episode more than I liked most of the episodes this season.
This is why I was expecting them to end on. I don't know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen next episode.
yeah. I
Well,
feel the same way.
I didn't expect them to throw the twin stuff in because that technically happens later. I
Mm-hmm.
thought they were gonna end the entire series on the reveal of the noose.
Mm. Oh yeah, that
Because
would have been.
that's the big reveal I was thinking of. And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's the game changer.
yeah. I feel like I should have seen that coming. The whole it eats their lifespan instead of their emotions.
Yeah, because
I
it's like
feel like
it has to be
it's like
in
it seems
something.
so obvious. Yeah, it seems so obvious now.
There's a
Yeah.
line I missed though, which is
Mm-hmm.
interesting. They said the noose eats and in return gives the thymia. I,
Yeah.
I didn't. I missed that in the manga, so I didn't realize that's why this other country doesn't use magic. Like they don't use
Oh
thymia.
yeah.
I didn't realize that actually comes from the noose, so that's actually interesting. That makes it so
Yeah.
much more interesting to me. Who just thought it's like, oh, they can just land and leave, and then they're fine, right? They, if they go to this other
Mm-hmm.
country, they can live longer. It's like, oh, but they lose their thymia. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that double-edged sword, kind of, right?
Yeah. It
Anyways, I
is.
want to hear your thoughts. I
Mm,
gave mine.
okay.
Sorry, this is your. I'm making you watch this. That was the whole point.
Yeah. Hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't understand the first part of this episode where Orca's in front of some like court of people in masks, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna send you to death," and all the other people that failed to sink the thing, and then Orca yells at everyone for a while and gets Arachne, whatever their name is, taken away. I'm like, this is bizarre. But I guess Orca just is being given another chance to go sink them again, I
So
guess.
I guess I can give a bit more detail here, because yeah, they really fumbled this scene. Um,
Yeah.
they padded this episode out in weird ways and took away information in weird ways. The way
Mm-hmm.
it goes in the manga is basically they're going to trial
Mm-hmm.
because they failed to sink it when they didn't really even have permission to go sink it.
Oh,
Really, like
okay.
it was his idea. He made the plan, and then he
Mm-hmm.
fucked it up. And they're like, "Well, you've all failed. It's your fault. We can't like let the people know,
Mm-hmm.
right? That Felena fucked us up. So we need to like kill everyone and remove that, so people don't know we're weak,
Mm-hmm.
like the country's weak because." While they eat emotions, they can still apparently all feel emotions, as he laughs and other people. When they get really, really high, their emotions do come out. Um,
Okay.
there was a character, I forget which character, but one of them tips Orcus off that he's going to get blamed by the other guy, and the other guy's going to shoot him. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why he took his gun into the chamber, which he's not supposed to have at all. Kind of like
Okay.
how he wasn't supposed to have the guns in the noose chamber, which in the manga it's like he partially blames that for the daemoness
Mm-hmm.
thing. And he's like, see, he doesn't care about traditions at all. He just shot me in here too. I didn't have a gun. But
Yeah.
the other guy was led to believe he had the gun. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's this really cool like political nuance stuff going on where he's
Yeah.
basically just shifting the blame to this other guy. And then is like, well, see, we can let people know it happened because we can blame the daemoness and talk about them coming back. And then we can say, well, we're going to go capture one because we're the strongest country in the world and we're going to use them to control the world. Felina's
Mm-hmm.
now like a daemoness breeding grounds or whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, kind of. Like it's got more political nuance than that, but it's a really cool scene in the manga. And
Hmm.
they really didn't do it justice in the anime, and that made me really sad.
Yeah, this. Oh, that sounds so much better than what we got in the show. And yeah, dang.
Yeah, it felt like they cut part of that scene so they could shove the twin scene in this episode, which was unnecessary. That could
Hmm.
have come next episode, honestly, at the beginning. The scene where he
Yeah.
meets the guy in the carriage, that hasn't even been shown in the manga. I don't think that character's been introduced unless if he is the one who told the other guy to bring
Hmm.
his gun because he was going to be like turned on and shot and killed. He's like, if
Hmm.
he's going to die, he's going to try to kill you as well or something. Like,
Yeah. Huh.
but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, then after all the orca stuff happens, then it cuts to the whale, and they're showing them like knowing how to steer it and how to use the rudder. And I thought this was kind of cool how they're like talking about how birds just know how to migrate, and like animals just kind of inherently know things, and they're like, oh yeah, the lady in our dreams like unlock these memories or whatever, I guess, and they just kind of know how to do this song and dance and activate the rudder. I thought that was a cool thing.
Oh,
I like that a lot.
actually,
Yeah,
now that I think about it,
yeah.
I think the thing about Thymia being linked to the noose is
Mm-hmm.
anime only.
Oh.
Because I think there is people on the ship
Mm-hmm.
uh, in the manga who could use Thymia.
Okay.
And I think that's why they were like, when they're saying like, we don't know how to fucking fly, and then the next day like, oh yeah, we know how to fly the ship, right? It only went to people who could use Thymia, and the
Oh.
only reason they could clarify and like prove that they didn't actually know how to do it until the stream was because the people from this other country could corroborate. I think that's
Mm.
how it goes. So I think that's actually an anime original point. Cause yeah, I'm like, I never thought of that. Now I'm sitting here and going like, wait,
Hmm.
yeah, that doesn't add up. No wonder I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
I'm pulling my manga right now. I'm flipping through. Continue to tell me your thoughts.
I wonder if maybe that's like a weird translation thing or like a weird phrasing thing in the anime, or if that's actually an intentional difference. That's a weird small detail to have different, you know. But yeah, after that they finally get the reason, or the not the reason, but we forget the explanation on why the Felena is like has just been wandering and lost and never been found because what's that dude's name? Roccolizo, something like that. He's showing his map to Suo and friends, and he's like, "Yeah, you're just stuck in this current that just goes in a circle in the middle of nowhere, and so no one else can get to you, and only the people from that one country know how to navigate this." And this was another part of the episode that I really liked. Like, oh, this solves a lot of weird questions that I would have had about this. Of like, how has this whale wandered for 93 years without being found? It's like, that's why, because no one goes there. And, like, they only go there if they already know how to navigate it, but that's cool. So yeah, I was a big fan of that. Also, I just a small thing with this is like I wish that map looked better because they unfurl the map and are pointing at it. It's just like a bunch of brown, and it's like slightly different brown blobs on other blobs of brown. It was just weird looking. I guess that makes sense though when you have a sea of sand. Does it make sense to have it be brown on brown?
Yeah.
So yeah, and this was scenes when I was realized like Roccolizo, the foreign dude, is like the first character that I'm like, yeah, I'm actually like this guy. Like I don't like him, I dislike him, but I enjoy disliking him. It's like the first character I've had any feelings about. Everyone else in this show, I'm just kind of like, whatever. But yeah, he's a really well done character, even though he's only been in like 2 episodes. They've done a good job of characterizing him very quickly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the only stuff I have notes on for the rest of this is the twin stuff at the end. which I think was not great because I know I talked about it last week, but they're like starting more plot threads that just are not going to get resolved. Like I can't imagine they're going to resolve them in one episode next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the core of that thing of like the marked versus unmarked and the marked people having resentment towards unmarked and stuff that is like I think there's something there that I would want to see that story, but I just don't know why they're bringing it up now.
Oh yeah. So
Hmm?
the I flipped through the manga a bit more. The
Yeah,
scene with the whole um, judgment thing.
yeah,
Lycos' brother actually gets two of his fingers shot off in the manga. We
okay,
sort of see that in the anime, but then in the next scene,
yeah,
his fingers are back and fine, which is weird.
okay,
Um, the scene where they show Lion Tari still alive actually is supposed to come after that too, and it's a much better reveal with a lot more detail.
okay.
So that was another scene not done completely well. And then also all the scenes where what's her name is showing Chakro like how Kokolo works and stuff.
Hmm.
Most of them she's doing through the history of the Mud World, so he's seeing it through like other people who used to live there's lives and is watching
Okay,
them, which is
yeah.
also a lot cooler than how it's done here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's also a whole bunch of tribes, or not tribe stuff, but like I use that term because what's his name used it. There's like differences in the cultures, like that's kind of pushed more in the manga with like some of
Hmm.
his servants and stuff,
Oh
and
yeah.
like classism and stuff. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm still trying to find if they remove.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know. That's kind of all my thoughts on this episode, though. I am looking forward to seeing the end because I'm really curious how they're going to end this, knowing that there is still so much more after it.
Yeah. Okay, so it
Yeah.
doesn't outright say those guests had time here, but it says
Hmm.
12 of the guests from the boat who had been born and raised far away shared the dream, and some of
Hmm.
them even helped in like the singing part.
Oh.
So it might possibly be that the noose is locked onto him and decide they're ones who become marked, or
Hmm.
possibly not. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, and then okay, I kind of see where the episode's gonna end.
Oh. Okay.
Because there is a bit more in here than there was before. There's some other scenes mixed in before they show the
Hmm.
map, which the map looks so much better in the manga. Like it's actually detailed. You can sort of tell what they're pointing at.
Hmm.
Yeah. The twins actually do show up at the end of this volume. I just forgot about it. But they're not
Ah.
nearly as aggressive and they're not doing this whole we're gonna take over thing. They're just harassing Oni and only Oni. So
Oh.
yeah, there's some weird
Huh.
changes to it that might be pacing changes or taking stuff from farther in the manga that I don't like.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
the manga I think has a much better handle on the pacing and the actual like feelings of getting stuff across because like no one would be like, yeah, the twins are right. Let
Hmm.
we just had half our people die. Let's go kill more people. Like no one's gonna do that. Like no one's gonna fall for it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's like there needs to be more time before they get to that point.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's just the anime adaptation's not as good as the manga, and that's just about it. The
Hmm.
the fact that they rearrange what scenes show up where also doesn't help because it kind of ruins the flow of the story. Like that
Hmm.
Lion Tai reveal is just completely out of nowhere, and there's no payoff to it. He's not even mentioned again in later episodes, right? Like
Hmm.
because it's suddenly so far away from where it would become relevant again, because it's like they put in an episode earlier than it should have been.
Hmm.
So, and then they didn't develop enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty anime most of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I can look pretty good.
And like it's still pretty good in plot and stuff. Like it has cool ideas and stuff, but yeah, yeah.
Mm.
You mentioned a few scenes that just seemed like nonsense, and yeah, it's pretty much just them adapting it out of order and then not going into enough detail,
Mm-hmm.
which is a
Eh.
shame because they threw so much stuff out of order and threw so much weird dancing, singing, patting scenes in that could have been
Yeah.
actual proper detail, but I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eh,
This Man, this it really feels like they were expecting to get a second season, and I guess they might still, like maybe they're working on it now or something.
they
But
can't even
like
get a
it,
Blu-ray release.
yeah,
Netflix.
I don't know. It's just it feels like this was expecting to have more episodes in this because there's just so much building still.
Yeah.
Like, mm,
It's kind of like the core themes of the series, though, is learning and expanding your horizons, though.
yeah.
Uh, so what
Mm,
do you think might happen next episode? Possibly.
I don't know.
Any
So
theories at all?
I my only real thought is that Orca sits in the carriage with the dude where he's like, "Oh, I need a battleship." I'm expecting Orca to ride his battleship in and come and fight again, and they'll fight him off again and sink Orca again. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Big fight in one episode for a finale?
Maybe,
Eh,
or
maybe.
maybe
Good.
maybe like Orca shows up and starts chasing them in the battleship, but then they like get close enough to Rokuizo's people that's like, oh, like there's our boats, and Orca has to like turn around so he doesn't start a war or whatever. I don't know.
I thought
And
you
then,
were about to say, like, what the heck is it?
mm,
Shadow Raiders ending.
oh,
They
I don't
feel
know what
like
that
they've
is.
escaped and gone away, and Orca's ship
Mm-hmm.
shows up to find them not there, so it goes off and just starts hunting down other people, destroying things to find them. It's like
Mm.
Shadow Raiders is such a good show. That's what we're doing next season. Damn it,
Oh,
we're doing Shadow Raiders season 1.
all right. Yeah.
It's by the creators of Reboot,
Oh, nice.
early 3D CG from the original Canadian pioneers of 3D CG television.
Nice. I'm into it.
Yeah, it's dope.
Mm. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the only idea I have of what could happen. It's like I can't imagine they're gonna like resolve the twin stuff, and I don't know. Mm, they started so much stuff, and I just can't see most of it happening in one episode.
Yeah, yeah, I can't
I
see
don't
it.
know.
I feel like this is the point it should have ended. Don't put the
Hmm.
twin stuff in. Just put ominously that what's his name's going to go after them and track them down again, and then end
Hmm.
on the reveal that it's like their life force.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this show, like I think I talked about this last week, but I feel like it could have ended on them learning to use the rudder and sailing away on their own, and that would have ended on like such a high note.
Yeah, if you,
Especially if they're like not getting a sequel, like that would have wrapped it up nicely.
yeah,
But instead
or
they're throwing in all this other stuff.
even after, yeah, because I guess it has a longer scene too about them using it, right? Because we
Hmm.
had the scene this episode of them using it, like
Yeah,
use that at the end of the episode
yeah, and
instead
like
of the beginning.
there were even some shots in this of like, looking at Flaino with the big like wing thing sticking off of it. I'm like, yeah, that would be like a really good final shot. Like freeze frame there, roll credits, end of the show.
That or
But
cut
like,
from there straight
mhm.
to like going straight into Lycos with the whole
Mm,
reveal with the other guy, where it's like
yeah,
the noose is eating their life force, and then end it there with Chakro and all the papers flying
yeah,
away, like all hope's gone. Like
oh,
do one of the two. That would have
yeah,
been
oh,
so.
that'd be really
People would have
good.
been pissed. People would have been like, "Where is season 2? What the fuck?
Yeah,
You end it like it would have been such a great cliffhanger ending."
yeah, that would have been.
Mm.
Mm,
We'll have to see what kind of ending they do next week. Maybe it'll actually be really good.
maybe. I'm setting my expectations low, just in case.
My best guess: the twins try to take over, and the guard captain just kills them both.
Oh, yeah, that's probably gonna happen, right?
Probably. and then you just have
Oh.
like this awkward tension between the marked and the unmarked for the rest of the
Hmm.
series. And by rest of the series, I mean the 5 minutes before it ends.
Yeah. Huh. Oh man. So yeah, we'll find out next week on the final episode of season 8 of Shenanimegans. Or maybe the final episode. Probably. I don't know. Maybe we'll do an OVA after that, who knows. But yeah.
We might have
So yeah.
one last season of something, or one last episode of something for the
Hmm.
season, because usually we do 12, 13,
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
I don't really
So
have
yeah.
much OVAs on my radar right now, though.
Yeah, me either.
Mm,
I'd made a list at one point of OVAs,
yeah,
and I can't.
I've been actually watching movies and OVAs lately, so
Yeah.
I mean not
Oh.
anime movies, but my
Mhm.
DC stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we'll figure out something, and you can find out what we'll do next week at twitch.tv/Sasam, SASAM, or on shenanimegans.moe on our YouTube channel, which will be caught up on uploads by then, I promise. And,
You're putting words in my mouth again.
yep, I'm doing that thing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
I can't let them down now.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
fine with letting them down before, but
yeah. So yeah, and you can join our Discord at shenanimans.moe/Discord, or you can just follow us on Twitter at thatlastly and at saysomebots. So yeah,
yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. We've got,
we'll see you next week.
yeah, got at least one more episode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, take care.
Bye-bye.